You will have the knowledge of God. It will ultimately kill you, but you will be like God. And what was the tree that was eaten from? It was the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. And I believe that that's actually what our technology is. So yes, technology can do tremendously good things. It can do tremendously evil things. It can destroy the entire planet many, many times over, and may well do that. Now, if I could travel back 60 years, would I undo it? I don't think I'd be in a position to make that to have that kind of influence 50 or 60 years ago. I will point out that the very first computer to be built on U.S. soil was built by IBM. It was called the MARC, indeed, in 1940s. And the MARC, later when they came out with another one, they renamed them the Mark I and the Mark II. And its first official job was to do the numerical and mathematical calculations to create the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima. So would I undo that if I could? Yeah, I probably would.
One final question.
Hello, Catherine. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad all of you all are here tonight, because this is our fight. And by God, there's so many fronts that we have to go on. It's very hard to pick and choose. I just want to let everybody know that here in Travis County, our wonderful, magnanimous, in Austin, our wonderful police chief has decided to enact what they call cite and release, which is another form of control where they don't actually arrest you anymore, take you down and book you if you're driving without a valid license. So that's one good thing. You're not going to get thrown in jail if you don't have a valid license. One of the other things that I wanted to mention is that now Texas has available an EDL, an enhanced driver's license. It's available for people who cross the border, etc. And I understand that that really has a longer range on it than people are telling. I'm the one who brought up the idea about SOMARC. The original articles that I read on that said it was readable within an area of 4 feet, which would be just about the right height if you were going over a scanner on the highway, so it could tell where you were. And the article from the developer said that this would be useful in locating lost soldiers. So if they can only read it 4 feet away, how are they going to know where the soldiers are? I just want to let you know that this is a great thing that everybody's doing. We plan on being there with you tomorrow. We want to have more people, so everybody here, go out and tell all your friends that this is what's going on. It's real. Real ID is not dead. Sheila, you're doing a great job on that. They've put it off on a national scale, but they're trying to hit all of the governors with this, where they enact a RFID in all of the states individually. Now, if our fight is at the state level, then that's where we need to go. I would concentrate on the state levels in everybody's hometown and everybody's capital and try and do this. I just want to have one final question. If you had one area to concentrate on, and I know yours is RFIDs, but for most of us around here, regular people, would it be food? Would it be enhanced driver's licenses? Would it be, the mark of the beast?
Are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you.
If there was one thing I could focus on and have all of you focus on, it would be finding each other. Number one, first and foremost. Yeah. It's a frustrating experience to go out with a flyer or with information and talk to 50 people and only one of them hears you. And I would say ignore the 49 who don't. They are irrelevant. Even if they heard you, they're useless. Right? You want to find the one person. So you're not out there to change hearts and minds. You are out to find the kindred souls. And they're out there and they want to join us and they don't know we're here tonight. So I think that's what we need to do. Don't cast your pearls before swine. Do not waste your time talking to people who cannot hear you. Plant a seed and move on. And then find the people who are ripe trees with all kinds of fruit, just waiting to put it towards the cause. That's what we need to be doing. Find that 2 people out of 100 or that 5 people out of 100 and bring them to the next meeting. Bring them to San Marcos tomorrow. Let's have a huge turnout there. Get people involved. In that way, when something comes down the pike, when Judith or Lisa or Sheila has an event, then we've got 1,000 people who can show up and back them up. And that way we don't all have to be reinventing the wheel. We can just be a force. We can be a body to show up. We can be the presence that works on these things. Because, you don't need everybody to be an organizer. You need a lot of people just to show up and say, we're going to stand here until you guys change. You look at the Civil Rights Movement. There were only a handful of names that we remember from that period. But who really changed the world? It was the people standing out there in the streets saying, we're going to block this road until you change. That's who changed it. So we need to find those people and get them blocking the roads. Oh yeah, let me give you an answer about tomorrow. And then yeah, we've got a couple of announcements. We really need you in San Marcos at 6 p.m. That's when we need you. We really need you in San Marcos at about 6:30, but 6 would be better because that's when the city council members are going to start arriving. They have a 7 p.m. city council meeting, and we are on the agenda to discuss this. So what's going to happen, all of the Austin folks, and I hope every person in this room comes and brings 2 or 3 other people. I'd like to see 1,000 people outside of that San Marcos City Hall tomorrow. So when you show up, the Austin folks are going to hold vigil outside while the San Marcos folks, with all that beautiful backup, are going to go in there and say, hi, City Council. We represent all those people out there and more, and we'd like to talk to you about this chipping requirement. So we're all going to sort of play the cast of characters that plays backup while the San Marcos people go in there and do their thing. And that's going to be Lisa and her colleagues there. And if they let me testify, I'll do it too. But otherwise, I'll just kind of show up and look as intimidating as I know how to show up.
Catherine, have them wave to the cameras and say, we're coming to a town near you soon.
Yeah, no kidding. So as far as tomorrow goes, we do have some signs, but it'd be great if you guys could make your signs. Have them be respectful, have them be positive. I found that these events always go better if you dress really nicely, maybe even wear a suit and tie like you just showed up from your, really well-paid lawyer job or whatever, and show up with your kids and show up with your balloons and your stroller and your happy little dog and be as nice as you know how to be, because we're going to intimidate by our numbers. We're not going to intimidate through any other means. It's going to be our numbers that are going to scare them. So given how scary our numbers are going to be, we need to try to be as unscary as possible, which is if I dress like this, which is what I do, and wear a suit when I go to testify, because my message is scary enough for those guys. So show up tomorrow with signs. If you have a flameless candle, we've been asked not to have real candles or real flames because of the risk of fire. And with the drought, I take that very seriously. So if you'd like to bring a flashlight or one of those little tea lights and go into the dollar store and buy a couple of tea lights and bring those, wouldn't it be beautiful to see all of us out there with the lights and the... we do have some national coverage that's going to be taking some video at the event. We're going to get great television coverage. We have 2 of the Austin television stations going down there. KI will be there. KTXN, thank you. We're just there today, I don't know it. They're going to be there. We've got KLBJ covering it. We've got a lot of media coverage, and so having your numbers out there is going to be terrific. Those of you who want to join us earlier, let me tell you a couple of other things I'm doing tomorrow. I will be doing a luncheon, a more intimate event than this, presumably, from 12:30 to 1:30 at Grin's Restaurant. This is all, by the way, up on my website at KatherineAlbrecht.com. If you click on Texas Protest, you can find it along with addresses. I will also be speaking at the Texas State University Quad in San Marcos from 3 to 4 p.m. And then at 4:30, we're all going to get together at a coffee house called Wake the Dead, where we're going to be making signs, kind of giving each other pep talks before we go. And then from there, we're going to head over to the dog park at 6 p.m. across from the San Marcos City Hall. And then from there, when the sun sets around 6:30, we'll start lighting our little flameless candles and encourage the people who are going to go in to do battle in the City Hall meeting. So that's tomorrow. I really hope that you guys can come. That's going to be the real test, because this event tonight, my 800 media contacts don't really care about a book signing. I mean, we all care, but they don't. They care about a protest big time, and that's what's going to bring out the television cameras and the news media and the CNNs and the ABCs and the Good Morning Americas and all the other people who are covering this. It's going to be your numbers tomorrow. That's when they're looking and watching for that. Yeah.
You're also on KLBJ tomorrow, is that correct?
I'm on KLBJ tomorrow morning at 8:10 a.m., and they're going to give me either 1 or 2 segments, so 8:10 in the morning. Yeah.
AM or FM? FM.
KLBJ, what do they call it? What's the frequency? 590
AM.
KLBJ. Yeah, on tomorrow. Okay. I think we were.
The parking, the large
Shut the
Catholic
door.
church that is available for parking, lots of parking.
Is there
Just wanted to warn
Right
everybody about
beside
seeing Kumbaya.
City
Right?
Hall. There's also parking right next to the dog park. They have opened that street back up, so there's parking across the street from the City Hall, right next to it at the Catholic Church. It's very, very large parking lot. So, yeah, there's
Yeah.
definitely-
So, and carpooling would be a good
This is on
idea.
Hopkins Street.